and welcome to Bang Bang's Big Footy Fix for round 18. I'm joined today by a very special guest, the coach, all the way from Adelaide. How you going, Coach?
Great, thanks, Bang Bang. Good to be here.
And we're going to talk about all the views and news from round 18 and heading into the finals. So first, we're going to go to the results from round 18. Friday night, the Cairns Blazers played against the Adelaide Stampede. Both teams weren't going to make the finals. Blazers on top, 126-117. Jason Ackermanis was the star player in that game, 26 points. I'll let you take away the next one, Coach.
Yes, it was the big clash in Adelaide where we saw the Fusion go down at home to the Stingrays, 135-126, with Jordan McMahon kicking a goal after the siren, which got extra points for them.
Yeah, the difference there was the pretty little flimsy boy in the forward line there, Nathan G. Brown, 23 points.
He's a star, Bang Bang.
Yeah,
he's a star.
Yeah, I know I had some things to say about him, a few laughs about Sam Newman's comments last week about Nathan Brown. He's just gone and stuck it right up me last week. For those of you who don't know, myself, I'm a big Fusion fan, and the coach here, number one ticket holder down there at Stingrays, so bit of rivalry was riding on that one. But so we'll just move straight along to the next game. Gladiators 146 defeated the Royals 110. Anything interesting in that game, Coach?
It was pretty much a smashing. Interesting to see David Mundy in the ruck.
Yeah, bit short on ruckman down there at Port Melbourne.
Sandilands would be about 6 foot taller than him, I'd say.
Yeah, that might have been where the game was won and lost there. Adam Simpson played his last game. We talked about that last week. Retiring early.
And he, I don't know why he's doing it.
Yeah.
And done it with a sore calf.
Yeah, and Peter Bell coached his first game against his old club, one of his old clubs. He's played for everyone in the EFC. And yeah, one win, heading into the finals now.
Amazing that.
Onto the Sydney City Rage are on a roll, heading into August, into the finals against cross-town rivals, 128-107.
Could they have had a softer game?
Yeah. Fury, just to get a bit of form going to the finals, that they need all the help they can get, the Sydney City Rage, yeah. Unheralded club.
Dark horses.
Then on to what was a little bit surprising, the Canberra War Dogs, 174 over the Tassie Devils, 114.
Smashing.
Yeah, absolute
Hopefully Swan and the boys will be off their game this week.
Yeah. War Dogs' second highest score ever in the game, behind the Predators, who clocked 180 2 years ago before their demise. On to the Sunday's games. The Predators played against the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes on top, 129-110. Scott Pendlebury in good form there, 28 points. Jonathan Brown, 23. Ben Cousins. Ben Cousins in good form there for the Predators.
Will he go around again?
I think the Predators will have him back.
It's pretty strange how the Hurricanes started winning a few games towards the end of the season. I thought they would have put the cue back in the rack a long time ago.
Yeah, well, I think I would have predicted the same thing. They're all about the youngsters down there at the Canes, obviously. We've heard a bit about that. They love a bit of young talent around the place. So,
what do you think they're going to do on the Gold Coast for the next few weeks while other teams are still participating in the finals?
I'll probably sit around and feel sorry for them.
Suicide watch it'll be.
Yeah. On to the clash over in the West. The Outlaws got up 121-115 over the Vipers. Outlaws can't make the finals, but they finished on a high.
Did the Vipers get into the finals?
Yeah, the Vipers finished in 5th spot.
Geez, if you have aspirations to winning, then you don't want to lose against the Outlaws at home.
No, that's right. Not very good going into the finals. Another upset was the last game. We rounded out the Dragons, 131 over the Firebirds, 115. Firebirds are in the 4. Dragons sewed up a top 8 spot with that victory.
Yeah, a few passengers in that Firebirds team, I have to say.
Yeah. Elaborate. Who's the passengers? Who do you reckon's just floating along at the moment?
Well, I know that the Stingrays tried valiantly to get Mackie over earlier in the year, but looking at the weekend's games, well, he can't handle the pressure.
Yeah, he hasn't been too great
Stokes,
this year.
if Bradshaw was fit, Stokes wouldn't be the 5th best forward of that team.
So maybe if Bradshaw's back this week, the Firebirds could
Charmer
be
hasn't even played all year and he's on the bench. So I can't figure them out.
On to player of the week, Dane Swan for the War Dogs.
Oh, he's a star.
30 points in that big win there by the War Dogs. So he's got player of the week.
I don't think he'll be able to do that against the Stingrays. I reckon they'll stick Joel Selwood on him and he'll shut him right down. May land a couple.
On to the ladder, the final ladder for the year, the Stingrays, your boys coach, minor premiers for the year.
Yeah, well, Archer was warned that if we didn't, well, at least make the second round of the finals this year, then we'll win a final. We're not known to win finals.
Yeah, that's right. No wins in their history. Maybe this year.
He's doing a better job than what Jezelenko was doing with a star-studded lineup. Right?
Oh, Jezza was just out of his league though. The game had passed him by. He's not used to this fast.
Who won it last year? The Rage.
Yeah, the Rage.
Where do all their players come from? The Stingrays.
Yeah, Stingrays 07. So Stingrays on top, 62 points. Fusion finishing second with 52, ahead of the Firebirds. To the War Dogs, rounded out the top 4. Down to the Vipers, Rage, Gladiators and Dragons rounded out the top 8. The teams not participating in the finals was the Blazers, Outlaws, Hurricanes, Stampede, Royals, Devils, down to the Predators, and the Fury got the wooden spoon on the back of 7 straight losses to finish off the season. So.
Yeah, they stormed to the wooden spoon.
Yeah. Now, we'll talk about the bottom 2 teams this week, the Fury and the Predators. Where do you see the Fury heading in 2010? Will Richo go on?
Well, they won't head down because they can't. Richo's a strange one. Would you risk him by keeping him, or would you delist him and possibly go somewhere else?
Yeah.
I mean, Joel Bowden, is he going to go around again? Highly unlikely. Brendan Lade, probably got another year in him. O'Loughlin, he's gone.
Yeah, O'Loughlin's finished up, played his last game on the weekend.
Could be a dark horse for the coach. You never know.
Mickey O'Loughlin, maybe, you reckon?
Well,
they've got a heap of old stars there. If one of them doesn't go on, they may take over from McCartney, but...
They could have a rotating coach policy.
Possibly. This is the future of football, the Evo football here, so who knows what's going to happen.
I heard Mel Meninga is interested in crossing from rugby league.
Yeah, following Carmichael's lead.
Yes. I don't know if that'll happen, but...
He wouldn't be the favourite for the Western Sydney. Maybe the Hurricanes might sign Mel up.
Too old to coach the Hurricanes.
Yeah.
I reckon they'll go for someone younger.
You never know. Sammy Newman is apparently the assistant coach down there, up there at the Gold Coast. Maybe Sammy will be head coach in the Hurricanes next year.
Well, he's got a nice tight face, so he could be the man for the job.
He's been in preparation for the Hurricanes job, you reckon, over the last 10 years.
Oh, the owner rants on about him like he's the best thing since sliced bread.
He was probably around when sliced bread was created too.
Who, the owner or Newman?
Nah, Newman. Alright, on to the Predators. We've ripped on the Hurricanes enough. We're supposed to be talking about the Fury there, but we'll move on to the Predators. Michael Voss, job might be in jeopardy, 2 years out of the finals there for the Predators.
Yeah, well, he's got a star-studded lineup. Just they underperform.
Yeah, they sure do.
Goods, Franklin, you think,
yeah.
Well, there's 50 a game.
They're the 2 main ones, the main culprits of not performing consistently this year.
But they'll get a good pick in the draft. They got Cousins last year. They might get a Darasota Richo this year.
Well, I can see them moving on. They've got 3 good young ruckmen. They've got Nick Nat-Nui they picked up last year. They've got Zach Clark, the Afro man from down there. They've unleashed Kurt Tippett on the competition this year, so maybe a trade there next year.
Will he be a ruckman next year, or you reckon he'll be mainly a forward?
They might move into the forward line to bring Nat-Nui in or something, but they've got some young ruckmen there they might be able to trade off.
And knowing his height policy, he'll probably get another couple in the draft.
Yeah, that's right.
If the Fury delist Slade, he could be a bit of a mentor to the young fellas.
Alright, so we've talked about the bottom 2. We'll take a break now and we'll be back with the second part of the podcast in just a minute.